Okay, thanks for joining. So let us start. Some people are still joining. That's the issue. I
Uh,
need to. I need
Guru,
to.
just give us. Hello, Guru.
हाँ
Ashwini here.
हाँ बोलिए.
Oh, yeah, just give me 1 to 2 minutes. My team is joining. Okay.
या आप थोड़ा उनको बोलो कि जल्दी से ज्वाइन करो क्योंकि बहुत
Yeah,
वेट कर.
sure, sure,
ओके,
sure.
और 1 मिनट में ज्वाइन करने के लिए बोल दो.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Guru, we can wait for some more time. So the people will be joining after 5 minutes only. Someone will
या
have internet issues, so you can wait. Don't
करेक्ट
worry.
करेक्ट करेक्ट श्योर.
So let them
ओके
join.
ओके थैंक यू.
Okay.
Okay, I think we should start. Okay, so let me share my screen. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So when you log into our portal using your ID, just preview the files first. Okay, so if some files are very bad, then you can reject them if you are not able to transcribe the at all. Means there are too much overlapping, or it is of another language which is mentioned here. If it is a now we have given it as an English file and you find it as a Hindi file inside this, so we can reject that file. So you need to preview each and every file before accepting that file. Okay, so when you find the file is good, then just accept that file, and then the file will go to ongoing jobs. Just wait a second. Some people are still waiting to admit. And when you go to new job, ongoing jobs, you will find that accepted file here, and just click on that file. You will be moved to our transcriber portal. So the interface will look like this. This is the audio area. Okay, where you will find the audio waveform, and this is the text area where you need to transcribe the data. Okay, and here you will find guidelines for transcription, and here you will find keyboard shortcuts which can be used here. So if you want to play the audio, just press tab button. It will play continuously. Okay, then once again if you press tab button, it will pause. To play a single segment after segmentation, to play a single segment, then you need to press shift and tab button. Okay, everyone please keep your microphone on mute so it won't disturb others. Then when you select an amount of audio and you want to create a segment, then you press enter button. It will create a new segment. And to merge segments, by pressing Control and backspace, you can merge the segments. And to save the file, just press Control and S. Okay, the same buttons are given here: add speaker, add segment, merge segment, save, and submit. So this is the interface of our platform. Okay, you will find file name here, duration of the file, language, and its deadline. And to control the audio playback speed, you can go here and playback speed. If the audio is very fast and you can't understand, you can't capture any word, so you can really make it slower or even faster. Okay, so let us come to the main part of this transcription. The first thing here to do is segmentation. Okay, this is the long length audio which we are providing you. So the client needs the audio to be segmented for every 20 seconds. Below 20 seconds, the segments should be created for speech audios. Okay, wherever it is a speech, so you need to segmentize that. So let us see how to do that segmentation. Okay, I know that many of you have the idea already how to segmentize, how to transcribe, what are the guidelines. Okay, so at the end, if someone have any question, you can ask. So let's complete first. So by pressing, as I told her, 1 second, just give me a second. If I can record this session, it will be good. So I will check whether I can record this.
Hi Guru, is there any option to record from our side?
No, even for me, it is not showing record option. If you can record it by any third-party application, it will be good. So you can use it later. I can't see any record option here, so unfortunately, I will not be recording this. If you have any option that which can record entire screen, you can record it. So another video which is already recorded, it is with me. It is uploaded to YouTube. I will share that with you. Okay, later.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay, sure. So first thing is to segmentize the audio below 20 seconds. Okay, if it is even for 1 second, it is okay, but the audio length should be below 20 seconds. The segment length should be below 20 seconds. So to start segmentation, press tab key. Okay, whenever you find the speaker speech is over, or there is a pause, or there is a completion of sentence, then you better use break that into a new segment. So I have stopped my audio here. So here the speech is completed for agent. Okay, so then I need to create this as a separate segment. Right now, the entire audio is considered as a single segment for 52 seconds. Then we need to segmentize this below 20 seconds. Now I will press simply enter key, or I can press here add segment button. So I'm going to press enter key. Then you can see here, this is separate. This is a separate segment. So we need to type out the content of this speech inside this text area. Okay, as per guidelines. I will show you that in later. First, what you need to do is segmentize the entire audio. Okay, now by pressing shift tab button, you will be able to play only that segment. Okay, let us segmentize the remaining audio.
नमस्ते मैम, मैं शिवाक्षी बात कर रही हूँ.
So here I will create another segment. Since it is a silence for a long duration, more than 4 seconds, we need to separate out that part. So I will stop here and I will create another segment. You can see here the segments are getting created. Okay.
जी बिल्कुल आपकी व्हीकल इंश्योरेंस कंपनी में ही बात
Okay. What happens?
हो रही है समाचार
So if you want to break segment here, okay, and your cursor move to here, so please don't use mouse to click here to get this cursor here. Just use up and down arrow keys. In audio area, the cursor will move forward and backward.
Sir, up and down arrow key doesn't work on my computer. Don't know why. If anybody having same problem.
No, that will be your maybe a browser problem. You better to use Chrome browser for this. Okay.
Yeah, I'm using it on Chrome and I'm using Windows 10.
Okay, I will get back to you on this. Let us connect personally for this. Okay, that will be another issue. If you have any doubt regarding guidelines and other things, we can clear here. But that may be your system issue. I will get back to you, and we can get it solved. Okay. 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 So use up and down arrow keys to move cursor in audio area, and use right and left arrow keys to move the cursor in the text area. Okay. So if you want to break it here, you can break it here, or you can play it again.
मैम मेरा नाम शिवांशी है।
हाँ. So here you can see there is a overlap happening here. Okay, this is the clear speech of the agent, and from here to here there is an overlap happening between both the speakers. We can hear both the speakers' voice here. You can listen now.
मैम मेरा नाम शिवांशी है।
So whenever overlap happens, you need to separate that portion as a separate segment. So here we need to separate that overlapping portion as a new segment. So from here the overlap is happening. So we need to separate this clear speech segment as a separate, and this overlapping speech as a separate segment. So I will create a segment for this. Okay, now from here to here it is a separate segment, and
मैम मेरा नाम शिवांशी है।
so this should be a separate segment, because here you can see there is a clear speech of agent. Okay, the clear speech of another speaker. So only this portion is overlapping. So what we need to do is separate out this overlapping speech as a separate segment. Okay, do not mix it with clear speech. The client will directly reject this segment, and rejection of segment means rejection of entire audio. If one audio is rejected, then they will reject entire batch. Okay, so do not mix this overlapping speech with the clear speech. You need to separate it out if it is not intelligible even. Due to overlap, sometimes what happens, the speech will not be intelligible. You can't understand what is spoken. Then also you just, if it is a overlap, then you separate it out. For unintelligible, there is a tag called UNIN. You can use that for that portion. Okay, so I am going to separate this portion, overlap. Okay, now you can see only this much of audio is a new segment with overlap. We need to use overlap tag here. I will show you how to use that. Okay, let us create the next segment. So here you can see there is a agent's speech here. Then here the customer speech starts. So whenever there is a turn of speakers, whenever speaker speech changes, then you need to create separate segment for each of them. Okay, so you can't mix in a single segment. You can't keep both the speakers voices. Okay, speech in only overlap speech. In a single segment there will be both speakers speech will be there in only overlap segments. If it is a clear speech, then you need to separate both the speakers speech into separate segments. So Press enter here. Another segment will be created for this portion, and again play the audio.
मैम मैंने 3 साल पहले एक व्हीकल खरीदा था, तो उस टाइम तो फुल
Here you can see there is a silence for 1 second, and after that the same speaker is speaking. So here what we can do is you can go up to 19 second or below 20 second, whatever it is.
था कंपनी। और ये जो पॉलिसी होती है 2 व्हीलर के लिए, आपने जितनी पॉलिसी हमको बताई बीमा की,
Bima ki, here is a full stop. So I think going beyond this will be more than 20 seconds. So what I will do is I will break this here. Okay, if there is a continuous speech of a single speaker for more than 20 seconds, then you need to break that into smaller segments below 20 seconds. So what I feel here is there is no need to check exactly whether it is going beyond 20 seconds or not. No need to check for that. If you just make an assumption that, imagine that here you can count it actually 30, 31, 32, 33 seconds will be given here. What I feel is it is more than 15 seconds, so I will break it here. While breaking, make sure that no word should get broken in between, means half word coming in one segment and another half of that word is coming under next segment. Okay, the complete word will come under segment only. Okay, that segment only. It won't get broken in between. This abrupt cutting of segment is not allowed. Okay, so I will break this here. Another segment is created.
क्या वो 4 व्हीलर के लिए भी सेम पॉलिसी होती है या 4 व्हीलर के लिए कोई अलग बीमा
So again here you can see there is a overlap here.
होती है या 4 व्हीलर के लिए कोई अलग बीमा?
Okay, in this portion here you can actually see both the speaker are speaking. So what we need to do is, so from here overlap is happening, so we need to separate this segment as a separate segment. Okay, then this overlapping part as a separate segment.
4 व्हीलर के लिए कोई अलग बीमा पॉलिसी होती है।
This policy होती है, it is a clear speech of customer, so only this portion of the audio is overlapping. We will separate this portion of the audio as a overlapping segment separately. So it is separated now.
पॉलिसी होती है पार्टी और सेकंड पार्टी का।
Here you can see policy होती है is a customer voice, and this one is agent voice. So we need to break it again here. It is separate segment.
पार्टी और सेकंड पार्टी का भी।
Again here there is a overlap. जी और ऐसे बोल रहे हैं।
4 व्हीलर के लिए पार्टी सेकंड पार्टी और थर्ड पार्टी।
Okay, here the audio ends. Okay, if there is a silence for more than 1 second at the end, then you need to separate that as a separate segment and put it under SIL. Okay, standalone SIL. Now let us create. Now what happened is we have segmented entire audio. This is only a 52-second audio. For I have taken it for example purpose. The audios will be more than one. Some audios will be less than 1 minute also, and some audios, the actual recorded audios will be more than 10 seconds up to 15, more than 10 minutes up to 15 minutes. Okay, so you need to segmentize entire 15 minutes of audio. Okay, so now let us create speakers. So in this audio we have 2 speakers, right? One is agent, another one is customer. So for agent, one second, some people are waiting here. For agent, the ID will be A1. Okay, and select the gender. Both customer and agent are female, so I will select female, and age group adult. So create another speaker. Since we have 2 speakers here, it will be a C1. Okay, and again female and adult. Okay, you need to select a dialect. Since it is a Hindi file, we need to select standard Hindi. If it is a Punjabi, you will get a standard Punjabi dialect here. Okay, you select that language and save and close. Now we have created the speakers. Now we will start transcribing this. Now what we did is we did segmentation of the entire audio. Now we will start transcribing this as per guidelines. So first to play this segment, we will press Shift and Tab button. So it will play only this segment. Okay. ABC प्राइवेट लिमिटेड में आपका स्वागत है. मैं प्रिया आपकी किस प्रकार की सहायता कर सकती हूँ. This is the speech of the agent. So I have already got it typed here. I will just copy and paste. You need to type it here. Okay. So to save the time, I am doing this because we can't go beyond 40-50 minutes for this training session. Okay. Now listen to this. As per guidelines, whenever there is a language change, okay, since this is the Hindi file, we need to transcribe Hindi words as a plain words, and whenever there is a language change, language mismatch tag should be used, LM tag, and the that LM means English word should be written inside that LM tag in the English fonts only, in the English language only. Okay. To write in other languages for Assamese, Gujarati, Punjabi, unfortunately for Assamese, Google keyboard won't support. Okay, you need to use some other tools. Okay, for other languages, you can just add Google input tools, Kannada, Marathi, Hindi, like this. Okay, if you don't have Google input tool, after this call, you just ping me on type or mail. I will share that with you. So you need to type out that English word within LM tag as per guidelines. If there is a abbreviation, then you need to write it in a caps with a space between each letter. And for words, English words, you need to write each and every English word in small letters only. Okay, do not use any capital letter here. Even the first letter of the word should be in small letter. Whenever there is an abbreviation, then only you need to write it in caps, like HDFC, ICICI, FC, like this. If someone is saying NASA or ISRO, then you need to transcribe it as words, since these abbreviations are not spelled out. These HDFC, ICICI, SBI, these are spelled out letters. SBI, HDFC, the letters are spelled out here. But in NASA, the letters are not spelled out. It is pronounced as a whole word, NASA. So you need to transcribe it in small case within LM tag, okay, as a word, NASA, ISRO. If someone is saying NASA, then you need to transcribe it like this. Okay. This is about using English words and abbreviations. Okay, for each and every English word, if there is even a single English letter in Hindi transcription, then you need to use LM tag and write that letter within LM tags. If in Hindi or any other language transcription, if there is a other language used rather than this English, like in Hindi transcription, if they use Bengali, Tamil or some other language, then you need to use UNIN tag here. Just a second. In this guideline document, in tagging section, you will get all the tags. So UNIN tag, what UNIN tag says is unintelligible. Okay. If other languages used here like Bengali, Tamil, French, Chinese, so those language will be unintelligible for us. Okay, it is not possible that a single person will understand all the languages. So English and Hindi, if it is the English transcription, all the Hindi words should be under LM tag, and all the Hindi words should be written there under LM tag. If it is a Hindi or other language transcription, yes.
Sir, I was working on a Hindi file yesterday.
Okay.
So there was a segment where the speaker was saying Oslo, Norway, so that we have to write in Hindi or in LM
In,
English.
in English, in English. If those are like
Any
country code, country names, or any like
area or anything.
area like that, then you need to transcribe that in English words as a English words. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So in other language transcriptions, except English, you write all other languages as a UN9. Put UN9 for all other language words. Okay. In English transcription, except Hindi, if there is a Hindi word, you need to transcribe that under LM tag. Except Hindi, if there is any other language used, you can put a UN9 tag for that. Unintelligible.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is the first segment. We have transcribed it out. There should not be any word errors. Okay, there should not be any missing word. If there are 10 words spoken here, then you should type out all the 10 words here. Okay. If there are any numbers or digits in the speech like 122, 211, ऐसा कुछ बोला गया है, then you need to transcribe it as word 122. Then you need to write it in words 122. Do not write it as a 122. It is wrong. You need to type it as a words 122. Whatever it is spoken, whatever it is pronounced, you need to type it as it is. Okay. If there is a 2.1 point, if there is a speech like 2.1, then it should be written in word form, because he is saying that 2.1 all are words. Okay. Then so you need to write it as like this, 2.1. For English, any mathematical equations also, you just need to follow word format. Whatever it is pronounced, you need to transcribe it here. And use proper punctuation marks. Whenever there is a question mark, use question mark.
Excuse
okay,
me.
whenever there is yes.
I have a question. Actually, I was transcribing the Bengali project one.
Okay.
So there was some incomplete word, like the speaker is saying, "My name is Pa," then pause, and then "My name is Porna," like that.
Okay, for that incomplete word, you can use UN9, because that is unintelligible.
Okay.
Okay. So for that incomplete word, you can put a UN9 in the place of that word. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. If there is any incomplete word, you just go through these guidelines. There is here we have given everything. Okay. If I have missed it here to explain you, it will be there in the guideline. Okay. So here we need to select the speaker ID for this segment. If you go without selecting speaker ID to next segment, it will show an error here. If the red icon came here, it means there is an error. So you need to hover above this. It will show the error. Speaker ID is not added for this segment. So if you don't add this, if you submit this, it will not be submitted. It will throw error. It will say list. It will throw you list of errors. Then you need to check that segment 1 speaker ID is not selected. Go there. Whose speech is this? Client or agent?
Private.
Okay, it is the agent speech. So select A1. Okay. So now the first segment is ready with transcription. Now you click on next segment. The error icon will be removed from here. Means this segment is now okay. So in next segment.
नमस्ते मैम, मैं शिवाक्षी बात कर रही हूँ.
नमस्ते मैम, मैं शिवाक्षी बात कर रही हूँ. मैम should be in English, so I have written it in LM tag and customer. So it is now okay. Okay, if you use any space before any punctuation mark, it will throw an error. You can see here space found before punctuation mark, because it is not grammatically correct. Whenever there is a punctuation mark, it should be immediately after the letter or word. Okay. And for Hindi and any language, for every language, you use full stop as English full stop only, dot only. Okay, do not use any other full stops like a vertical bar and any other like used in Hindi. For Hindi also you use this full stop. Okay, so let us transcribe this segment now. Since,
Sir, can you repeat whatever you have said right now?
Okay, so while using punctuation marks, since the sentence is completed here, you need to use a full stop for sentence completed speech. So while using a full stop or any other punctuation mark, do not keep a space between that word and the punctuation mark. Okay, some people carry this, so it will throw an error like space found before punctuation mark. So what you need to do is remove that space before punctuation mark, means it will be grammatically correct. So punctuation mark will come immediately after the word. Okay, do not get confused. So after this, in this segment, you can see entire silence is here, or it may be entire silence, or it may be a noise continuously, or it may be a instrumental music continuously. Okay, you need to separate that into a separate segment and use standalone SIL segment here, only SIL. Okay, so the system will understand that there is a noise continuously or silence or music continuously in this segment, in this timestamp. Okay, to understand what is the length of this segment, you can check it here. 6 seconds, 0.68 milliseconds length of this segment. Okay, so you need to select speaker ID for standalone SIL, no speaker, because here there is no speaker speech in this segment. So you need to select no speaker for this. Okay, it is very compulsory that you need to select proper speaker IDs. In some audios, what happens? There will be a channel separated audios. In one audio, you will find only agent's voice, agent's speech, and in next audio, you will find only customer speech. Okay, in that case, you need to create only one speaker. Whenever there is an agent's speech, create only A1 and use A1 wherever it is used, wherever the agent speech is there. And in next audio, you use C1, where the customer voice is there. Okay, but for standalone SIL, separate SIL segments, you need to use no speaker. Do not put a speaker ID here, proper speaker ID is here. Okay, just select no speaker. Okay, then after that,
बिल्कुल आपकी व्हीकल इंश्योरेंस कंपनी में की बात हो रही है। क्षमा चाहती हूँ मैं आपको।
okay, here you can see if this is the speaker agent, so I am selecting agent, and
जी बिल्कुल आपकी व्हीकल इंश्योरेंस कंपनी में की बात हो रही है।
there are some English words. I have written that in LM tag.
क्षमा चाहती हूँ।
Here there is a word which is repeated 2 times. क्षमा चाहती हूँ, ऐसा है. So क्षमा, it is pronounced as a full word. So you need to write क्षमा चाहती हूँ, क्षमा for 2 times. If the क्षमा was pronounced half as a half word, then you can put it under UN9 tag. Okay, just use UN9 tag instead of this word. But if this word is pronounced fully, then you need to type it as a word only. Okay, after this, what happened here is, you can see overlap is there.
मैम मेरा नाम शिवांशी।
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, yes.
Sir, while we are transcribing English files,
Okay.
Someone is speaking wrong English, grammatically wrong English. We have to do as they are saying. We have to type whatever we are listening.
Yeah, whatever we are listening, we have to type. If sometimes what happens for some words, if he is pronouncing it wrongly, then we can just put a correct word there in English.
Okay.
Okay. If
Yeah.
if it is not in English, if in Hindi he is using any misuse of any English word, then you can just put a UNIN there.
I have done one English file where a customer was upset. So the agent was fumbling very much. He was saying every word three times. He was
So we need
not able
to,
to form the proper grammatical sentence. He was just speaking just like this.
okay. Then if it is intelligible, then you just transcribe those words, whatever he is spoken. If it is unintelligible, then use UNIN for that portion. Okay.
Even
So
if
here,
the
what is
sentence doesn't look,
even
even
if
if the
the
sentence
sentence
doesn't
doesn't
make any
look
sense,
grammatically, yeah, even if the sentence doesn't make any sense, if it is grammatically incorrect, then also you need to transcribe it as spoken, because we are transcribing the speech here. Okay, we are not going to correct anything here, or we are not going to translate anything here. We need as it is. Okay, whatever the speech is there, we need to transcribe it as per guidelines.
okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So here you can
मैम मेरा नाम शिवांशी है मैम
in this portion, as I have said, we need to separate out overlapping portion. So I have separated out overlapping portion. Then we need to use overlapping tag here. So just type overlap here. Then you will get tags. Sorry. Here two speakers voices overlapping, so we need to use two overlapping tags. Do not put all the overlapping speech under single overlapping tag. Put two overlapping tags. One for A1 means agent speech, one for C1 speech for customer speech. You will get IDs inside this overlapping tag. Okay, automatically. So what is the speech of the agent?
मैम मेरा नाम शिवांशी है मैम
नाम नहीं सुन पाई मैम. This is the speech of the agent. Okay, she is saying like that. And what customer saying is, मैम मेरा नाम शिवाक्षी है. So just transcribe it under customer, wherever customer ID is there, under that overlap tag you write customer's speech, and under agent's overlapping tag you write down agent's speech. Then you select the speaker ID as overlap here. Okay, we have given a speaker ID called overlap. Automatically it will be popped up. Okay, no need to create this overlapping speaker ID. It will be there. Okay, then select overlap. Okay, do not select any particular speaker here. Since it is overlapping, we have selected both the speakers here. You can see overlap A1 here, overlap C1. Overlap A1 ends here, /overlap. Overlap C1 starts here and ends here. So we need to use two overlapping tags. If there are three speakers in the audio and all three are speaking at the same time, all three speeches are getting overlap, then you need to add another speaker and another tag here, overlapping tag. Okay, if three voices are getting overlapped, then three overlapping tags, and this will be if it is C2, and he is speak under this overlapping tag. Okay, since in call center audios there will be no third person speaking, there will be only one agent and one customer. So you will need to use two overlapping tags. Okay, there is no chance that you can use only one overlapping tag and transcribe it. And there should not be any other clear speech in this overlapping section like this. After the overlapping tag, you return something which is a clear speech after this, or before the starting of the overlapping tag, there should not be anything. If even there should not be a silence there. If there is a 1 second or 2 second silence, then you put it under this overlapping tag. Okay, outside the overlapping tag, nothing is permitted in this overlapping section. Okay.
जी शिवाक्षी जी बताएं
So this will be the next segment. Select the speaker ID.
मैम मैंने 3 साल पहले एक व्हीकल खरीदा था
Okay.
तो उस टाइम तो फुल इंश्योरेंस था कंपनी
Let us go to this should be typed out. Okay, I'm not going to type it. It will take a lot of time.
क्या वो 4 व्हीलर के लिए भी सेम पॉलिसी होती है
And now come to this overlapping segment.
4 व्हीलर के लिए कोई अलग से बीमा
Here some amount of speech is getting overlapped. So what we need to do is
4 व्हीलर के लिए कोई अलग से
there are two speakers getting overlapped. Then use two overlap tags. Okay, whatever agent speech is there, you just
4 व्हीलर के लिए कोई अलग से बीमा
हाँ 4 व्हीलर के लिए कोई अलग तरह से बीमा ये जो है ये कस्टमर का वॉइस है. It is customer's voice. So here agent's speech is not intelligible. You can listen to this.
4 व्हीलर के लिए कोई अलग से बीमा
Okay, it is just like a noise. So you need to use UNIN tag inside this A1's overlapping tag, and for C1 there is a clear speech that 4-व्हीलर के लिए कोई अलग टाइप के बीमा. Okay, this is the speech of the customer, and this is the overlapping speech of the agent, which is unintelligible. You can't understand what she is saying, so you can use UNIN. If there are 2-3 words intelligible and some words are unintelligible, use UNIN for that unintelligible words and type out the intelligible words here. Okay, if both the speakers are unintelligible due to overlap, both speakers' voice is unintelligible, just you can put UNIN for this overlapping segment also. Overlap UNIN, overlap C1 UNIN. If both the speakers are unintelligible only. If he is unintelligible, then just transcribe it. Okay. This is the handling of overlapping speech. Then use overlapping speaker ID here. Okay, then you need to transcribe the remaining part. So in this section, you can see here there is a silence for 1 second.
व्हीकल इंश्योरेंस कंपनी में की बात हो रही है. क्षमा चाहती हूँ मैं.
Okay, here you can see there is a pause for 1 second or greater than 1 second. Whenever there is a pause for 1 second or greater than 1 second, you need to use SIL tag within that segment here. You can see I have used SIL here, silence. There is a silence for 1 second or more than 1 second, up to 3 to 4 seconds. If there is a silence within the speech, you can use SIL tag within the text segment. If there is a SIL more than 4 seconds like this, then you have to separate it as a separate segment. Okay. Then use standalone SIL there. And in this case, you can use SIL in between the text segment. Okay, and some other tags are there, like NPS tag. NPS tag is used. Sorry, someone's noise is there. Please mute your microphones. NPS tag is used when there is a non-primary speech. A1 and C1 are speaking, and if you can hear any other third-party person's speech here clearly, which is overlapping the main speaker's speech.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, as we will be doing most of the work on telephonic conversation, right?
Yes, correct.
Sir, so जब बात करते करते, whenever someone is talking, the other party from the other end just say huh, and it's for just for a fraction of second.
Yeah, in that case, you can ignore that like that. He is just acknowledging.
There is no need to create another segment for that.
Yeah, correct. There is no need to create another segment for them. Okay, since it is just an acknowledgement, it is not the actual speech. Okay, he is just acknowledging the. Yes.
For example, the agent is asking, "Sir, मैं बराबर हूँ ना?" And customer is saying ha ha. So we at what
in that case, you need to transcribe that ha ha or yes. These words you need to transcribe. But whenever there is an acknowledgement, just like कैसे कि वो सुन रहा है सिर्फ, तो वो ट्रांसक्राइब करने का जरूरत नहीं है, उसे आप you can ignore that.
If that word is related to say, if you want to say yes or no, at that time we have to say ha.
If it is a proper word, yes, ha, ठीक है, like that, then you have to transcribe that. Then you need to create a segment and transcribe that. Okay. Okay. NPS, non-primary speech. Whenever there is a non-primary speaker speaking behind the main speaker, okay, third person, and the third person's voice is also audible in the main speaker's speech. So what you need to do is you use NPS tag in that case and transcribe only main speaker's speech. You need to ignore the background non-primary speaker speech. You need to ignore that and transcribe only main speaker speech under these NPS tags. Okay, then the system will understand that there is a non-primary speech behind this main speaker speech. Okay, so now we have discussed about UNN tag, and AW tag is used where there are any abusive words used by speaker. Okay, if there are any abusive words used by speaker, then put a AW tag. Under that AW tag, you type out that abusive word. Okay, and SUP tag is used when there is a suppressor content or very sensitive content like phone numbers, personal details like Aadhaar card number, PAN card number, or any bank account related details. If the detail is given as fake detail, means whatever the call center data will be there, it will be a fake call center data. Okay, it is not a original call center data. If you feel it is a fake number they are giving, then no need to put it under SUP tag. But whenever you see there is a actual data, actual sensitive data they are sharing with the customer or agent, then you need to type it under SUP tag. So the system will suppress that content. Okay. Then there is a file tag. Whenever there is a filler pause, means
excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Whenever we are transcribing for the Bengali project, the number we have shared are always the fake numbers. So what should we do?
You just transcribe it as a plain letters, plain words. No need to use SUP for that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you can, for more information, you can go through this. Okay. Here it is given.
Hello, Guru.
Yes.
Guru, we will be transcribing the trial version call center data or the original, like real life call center transcription.
Whatever the recorded channel separated data is there, it is channel separated, channel 1, channel 2 data is there, it is recorded fake data. And whatever we are assigning, whatever we are receiving from the customer side, it is like a real data. So for that data, you need to put SUP tag. Whatever it is recorded at our end as a channel separated data, you no need to use SUP tag there.
Okay. When it comes to agent 1 and customer, then we have to add suppression, isn't it?
Correct. So there is another tag called file. Whenever there is a filler pause, like while in the speech, some customer will say like that, there will be a filler pause like.
Hi Guru, sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Yeah, the difference between the overlap and the other tag which you just mentioned, right?
The NPS.
Yes. Because in NPS, it is almost similar, right?
Yeah, in NPS, what happens is there is a non-primary speaker speaking behind us. Means me and you are the primary speakers speaking in the call, and we are recording. Someone is speaking behind us. Okay, non-primary. We are the primary speakers, and a third-party person speaking behind us, and which is not related to this recording. Okay, in that case, if it is audible, the third person's speech is audible, then we need to put a single NPS tag. Okay, then transcribe. Under this, we need to transcribe only primary speaker's speech, means main speaker's speech. Okay, ignore that background speaker's speech. But in overlap,
Okay.
what happens? My and your means main speaker's speech is going to overlap. But in this non-primary speaker, third person's speech is going to overlap. Okay,
Okay.
this is the difference. Okay, use FIL whenever there is a filler word. For related to filler word, just go through this document. Okay, what are the filler
Yes,
words?
Guru.
And for SIL, I have told you, whenever there is a silence or noise or music for more than 1 second, you need to put SIL. If it lasts for more than 4 seconds, you need to separate that as a separate segment and put SIL there. And there is a LM tag. I have shown how to use LM very clearly in the example. And overlap tag. And another last tag is that music. Music tag is used only for vocal music. If there is a instrumental music, do not use music tag. Okay. Okay. Here you can see the example in where the speaker is really singing a song. Thande thande pani se nana chahiye. Okay, the speaker himself is singing a song. So for that, use music tag. Under that music tag, transcribe the speaker's song. Okay, if there is a instrumental music or a background music, noise, just use a SIL tag for that. Okay, if a main speaker is speaking and behind him some instrumental music is playing, then just ignore that instrumental music and transcribe the main speaker's speech. Okay, got it right?
Yes, Guru.
Okay, if anyone have any other questions, please ask.
सर मुझे आपसे पूछना था कि जब लैंग्वेज मिसमैच होता है तो दो वर्ड करके बार बार लैंग्वेज मिसमैच हो रहा है तो उसे कितने सेगमेंट में सेपरेट करेंगे या फिर एक ही सेगमेंट में वो सारे हम उसे लिखेंगे?
क्या देखो ना आप एक ही सेगमेंट में लिख सकते हैं. अगर एक ही स्पीकर का स्पीच है तो एक ही सेगमेंट में लिखो. LM का टैग लगा दो और यहाँ पे मैंने लिखा है ऐसे आप लिख दो. अगर बीच में यहाँ पे भी कुछ इंग्लिश वर्ड आता है तो यहाँ पे भी हम इंग्लिश का LM का टैग लगाएंगे और इंग्लिश का वर्ड लिखेंगे. उसके लिए सेपरेट सेगमेंट बनाना जरूरी नहीं है.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर.
या नेक्स्ट
गुरु जी का एड्रेस एसयूपी में आएगा.
एसयूपी में
घर का एड्रेस, होम एड्रेस come under SUP.
If it is a personal address or actual address, then put it under SUP. If it is a fake data, if it is fake call center data, no need to put SUP.
Okay.
गुरु सर, one more question from my side. सर जैसा कि अभी आपने बोला कि अगर कोई फेक डेटा है तो हम उसके लिए SUP टैग यूज नहीं करेंगे, बट अगर कोई एक्चुअल डेटा है तो उसके लिए करेंगे. But how can we identify whether it is a fake data or a real data?
Whenever the data
because
is assigned
they almost
to you,
seem similar, sounding similar.
Whenever the data is assigned to you, you can ask us that whether it is the original data, or we will tell you whether it is original data or it is fake data. If it is recorded from our end, at our end, it will be a fake data at all. Okay.
Okay.
If it is sometimes the customer himself will provide us some actual data, actual call center data, actual call center recordings. In that time, you need to use SUP tag. Whatever we are giving you right now, it is a fake call center data. And if some amount of audio, whatever the client is giving us, we will mention that. If it is channel separate, you just understand. If it is channel separated data, like file name ends with channel 1, channel 2, it is fake data. If there is no channel separation, both the speakers are speaking in a single audio, then it will be a original data.
Okay. So that's the identification. If file name having channel names, then it is a fake data. Otherwise, it is real data.
Yeah,
and for real data, we are
only.
using separation.
Correct. For this project only. Okay. If we are giving any other project, then you need to check with us for that.
Yes, that's why I'm asking you, because I have also done another project in past on the text line, and on that project there is no need to ask for whether to use suppression tag or not.
Yeah, correct. That is your understanding. Okay. If you feel okay, this is a sometimes what happens for mobile number, some will say 123 698. This is my mobile number. So and then you will understand that alright, this is a fake data. If you feel it is actual data, you can use SUP. Okay, no issue to use SUP. But as per guidelines, whenever there is a fake data, there is no need to use SUP tag.
Okay, sure, sir.
Okay.
Guru, I just have this question. Are we doing only the call center one, or are also we doing any conversational?
For this project, we are not going to do any conversational transcription. Only call center data will be there.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Thanks for that.
Okay.
Sir, is there any way to remove that comma-like structure from the software? It creates lots of confusion. That comma here, highlighted in yellow.
No, this cannot be removed. I will talk to our tech team. If it is possible, we can remove. Okay, just ignore it. It is there.
It creates lots of confusion because of it. Error marks occurs sometimes.
No, it is showing there because we have implemented some error checks here. Means a word check here. Okay.
Okay.
If you are using any wrong words, if you are typing any wrong words, then it will highlight in this area. But for right now, it is disabled. In future, it will be enabled. Here, yellow ribbon will be appearing. Then, if you type any wrong words, it will highlight the wrong word here. Then you need to check that wrong word and correct it.
So we can ignore that yellow comma or dot whatever highlighted in yellow.
Correct.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
For the whenever one sentences is being completed, so we need to put a full stop, right? For Bengali, we use vertical line. So
yeah, what I mentioned earlier here is you use only full stops here. Whatever the language it is, Bengali, Kannada, Marathi, Hindi, for all the languages you use full stop only.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Guru sir, one more question from my side.
Yes.
Sir, I have my old login credentials for TextLine. Will this work for this project, or do I need to get another credentials from your side?
मैं आपको बता दूंगा कि I will tell you if I am going to assign in the same ID, then I will share with you that use same ID and password. If I am going to create another ID for you and assigning new files in that ID, then I will say that use this new ID.
Okay, I am asking this because I am not just started on this project yet.
Yeah, correct. I will tell you in the time of assignment.
Okay, and how long will this project end?
This will be for 2 to 3 months. It is actually 2 months. Within 2 months, we need to complete this. By June first week, we need to submit all the data. So consider only 2 months is there.
Okay, sure, sir.
Okay, 2 months में ये सभी complete करना है.
So मैं ये मान सकता हूँ कि sir within 1 or 2 days I get my credentials or getting started my work.
Yeah, for any other personal queries, you can contact me directly. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sir. I will contact you on WhatsApp.
Yeah, like when the project is going to end, when you are going to assign me files, that you just contact me on WhatsApp or Skype or mail.
Okay, sure, sir.
Okay.
Guru.
Yes.
For with regard to the silence tag, so when the silence is minimum 1 second and more than 4 seconds, then only we have to separate it.
Yeah, if it is more than 4 seconds, then make it separate segment. If it is within the speech segment for more than 4 seconds, separate it. If 1 or 2 second silence is coming at the end of the any segment or at the beginning of the any segment, then also you need to separate that. Better you need to separate more than 1 second silences. Okay, whenever you find more than 1 second silence, it is good to separate it out because it will not create any confusion.
Okay. Why I'm asking, because in the earlier project which I have done, I was using silence tag for the whole silence area, from starting to from where the
Yeah,
silence
correct.
ends. Yeah.
Yes,
But
what I
now
showed
you are
here,
saying
like,
that we have to split it for every 4 seconds. So then I think
not for every 4 seconds, not for every 4 seconds.
okay, we
Okay,
can use
below
it
20
now.
seconds, if it is for 15 seconds continuously, then you can make a 15-second segment and put a SIL there.
Yes, I
What
think
I'm saying is, if it is more than 4 seconds, then you break it where it ends there. If it is more than 20 seconds, then you need to make 2 segments out of that.
2 segments. So
Because
each segment.
there should not be any segment which lasts more than 20 seconds.
This last more than 20 seconds. Okay.
Okay.
Either it is
That's it.
silence or speak.
Correct.
I mean,
Correct. Okay. Is there any questions from any other?
Group.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see some a space between the tags, like LM space ABC. So do we need to
LM,
space?
yeah, ABC for abbreviations you need to use that. Please go through the guidelines for that detail where you need to use abbreviations.
Not that one. LM space A.
Yeah, that should be there. Space should be there.
Okay.
Hi, Guru.
Yes.
So I want to know about okay, just okay. How to type okay? Like O space K or OKAY?
Okay, as I have given in my one of the training video.
Okay.
Okay. Okay should be written like okay without space in capitals. Okay without space between the letters in capitals.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sure.
Guru, have the transcription guidelines have been changed for this project?
No guidelines were changed. The same
So it is
guidelines
similar to the earlier project now?
Yes, correct.
Right.
सर मुझे पूछना था कि ओके वर्ड इंग्लिश का है तो हमें मतलब उसके लिए लैंग्वेज मिस एलएम का
Yes, correct. Under LM tag you need to write okay. If it is English transcription, then as a plain text you can write okay capital letters. Okay, in capital letters. If it is Hindi or other language transcription, for okay word you need to put it under LM tag in capital without space.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, then I think everyone's doubts got cleared. Okay. So in your files, if you are doing any mistakes that I have shown here, overlap tags, okay, in most of the sample files I have seen, you are using overlap tag wrongly. Okay, you are just putting content outside the overlap tag, or you are just using only one overlap tag instead of two. Okay, and you are not separating that only the overlapping speech. You are putting overlapping tag for entire clear speech and overlapping speech. Okay, you need to put only overlapping tag for overlapping speech. You need to separate out that overlapping speech separate segment. Those guidelines were not followed in so many people's sample work. So please go, who are doing sample work, please go and correct that and submit your sample files. Then we will review that and we'll assign actual data. ओके अगर सभी का डाउट्स क्लियर हो चुका है तो हम अभी कॉल को एंड कर सकते हैं। अनफॉर्चुनेटली हम इसको रिकॉर्ड नहीं कर पाए हैं, यहाँ पे रिकॉर्ड करने का ऑप्शन नहीं दिया गया है गूगल मीट में, मैं भी पता नहीं था वो। अगर किसी को फिर भी इसका वीडियो चाहिए तो ऑलरेडी रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो है यूट्यूब में, आप देख सकते हो, उसका लिंक आपसे शेयर किया जाएगा। थैंक यू एवरीवन।
Thank you.
बाय।
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.